Hey, Cub fans! Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. I got some good news. Yesterday, I was going through some of my information feeds, and I came across a video, and it was a video of Jaxon Wiggins throwing off of a mound in Sloan Park in Mesa, and that's very significant. Just seeing that, I got giddy a little bit. It's like, okay, here comes Jaxon Wiggins. Doesn't surprise me if you're unfamiliar with Jaxon Wiggins. There's no reason for you to really have seen anything of him. So I want you to think of him this way. He's a right-handed pitcher. He's 6'6", big dude, 6'6", 225, 22 years old, and he's currently the Cubs' number 24 prospect on their 30 top 30 prospect list. But think of it's different. He's got a little different history, and I'll walk us through it. But think of him as a first round draft choice. He's got first round stuff. His stuff is nasty, and he had Tommy John surgery, and he was recovering from Tommy John surgery when we drafted him. So that's kind of where we are with Jaxon Wiggins, first round talent, recovering from Tommy John surgery, just now starting to throw off of a mound in Mesa at Sloan Field. So that's really some good news. So let's talk a little bit about his history. Jaxon Lee Wiggins, from Roland, Oklahoma high school. His senior year was messed up because 2020. So he goes to Arkansas, pitches for the Razorbacks, and he strikes out a lot of people. Has a strikeout per nine rate like almost 12. But walking some people, missing some spots. My suspicion is he wasn't healthy, but he pitches to a 6.17 ERA in his 2 years at Arkansas. Well, they kind of threw in the towel, and he was having trouble, so he goes ahead and has surgery and misses his whole junior year at Arkansas. But that doesn't stop the Cubs from drafting him. They took him with the 68th overall pick, second round in the 2023 draft, and paid $1.4 million signing bonus. And at that time, of course, he had just had Tommy John surgery. But at that time when he was drafted, he had first round stuff, but because he was recovering from Tommy John, he slid down to 68th. And I was watching some videos of draft day, and some of the things that were said, like Harold Reynolds and the guys were saying, he's got first round stuff, and his fastball is good enough that he could win with just it. So he's got a plus fastball, and I'll talk about the specifics of that as well. But he also has a slider that's a plus piece and a changeup. So coming out of the draft, he's got a plus heater, and he's got a plus slider and a plus change, and he's got a curveball that they describe as average. His Achilles heel then and probably now is control, like a lot of young guys with that kind of stuff have. So he was looking like a frontline starter going into his junior year with the Razorbacks, and then he got derailed. So that's kind of where we are. Cubs draft him. He had Tommy John. He's just now recovering, and he's starting to throw off the mound. His fastball, between 94 and 97 miles an hour, topping out at about 99. But he's got some of the best fastball velocity in that draft. Gets in trouble when he doesn't locate it, and it's a situation where it is so good if he can command it at all that would be all he needs. But he's got a slider. It's mid-80s, reaches up to 89 miles an hour, so it's a plus slider. So it's got velocity on it, but it also has two plane depth. So it's a very effective slide piece. His change is good too. He's got a mid-80s changeup, and the change, they describe it as it has the fade but will tumble as well. So you look at those three pitches, plus fastball, that is good enough that if he just wanted to ride that, he probably could. But he's got a plus slider and a plus change. He's got a curveball too, and they describe his curveball as a downer, which I really love. It's it's Uncle Charlie. It's that over-the-top curveball, and throws that in the upper 70s. So when you just kind of take a step back and look at Jackson's repertoire, it really is sort of intimidating. At least he's 6'6", and he looks it too. His arm's like a buggy whip, and he's got that upper 90s heat. He's got a slider that's got depth, and he's got a change that has fade and tumble, and then he'll occasionally get over the top and throw Uncle Charlie at you with that downer curve. That's quite a repertoire. So obviously everybody is high on what Jaxon Lee Wiggins can bring, and it's exciting that he's on his recovery. Tommy John surgery is hopefully behind him now, and he's ready. He's not pitched in pro ball yet. So I imagine when he's ready, and I don't know when that's going to be, they'll probably start in rookie ball and work him through. But back of your head, just think, boy, we got Jaxon Lee Wiggins. If he gets healthy, that's another first-round type arm, 6'6", 225 righty with 3+ pitches and a fourth that's really good. So everybody's excited about the prospects of Jaxon Wiggins. So I wanted to do a little profile on him so we're all sort of up to speed with him. Jaxon Lee Wiggins, we'll pay attention. Thanks for joining us here in Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. I'll be back very soon with another video for us. Go Cubs, go.